if you thought Rahul Tewatia was a one-match wonder, then you have been proved absolutely wrong. Because Tewatia was to Rajasthan's rescue yet again, today against Sunrisers Hyderabad. And Riyan Parag, the batter alongside him, proved why the teams who have shown faith in their young players and not chopped and changed them the moment they have not performed in one of the matches have been correct. Along with Rahul Tewatia, Parag stitched a 85-run partnership to win the match for Rajasthan Royals and get 2 very crucial points for them. Also, they have finally broken their 4-match losing streak. Well, with the arrival of Ben Stokes, the arrival of 2 points for Rajasthan Royals. The Sunrisers Hyderabad followed a set pattern. They batted first on the slow wicket of Dubai. This was the same wicket that was used for yesterday's Bangalore versus Chennai match. They also took a similar approach that RCB had taken while batting first. They tried to keep wickets in hand, but I feel they were a bit too slow. In the power play, they just scored 26 runs, and from then on they didn't accelerate much. At the 10-over mark, they were only 63 runs on board. Like, it's just 6 runs per over. So I think that slow approach cost them a bit. You know how people discuss that it is important to put a price on your wicket. That's what Manish Pandey did. He was quite scratchy throughout his innings. He never really looked settled, but he kept going and he supported his captain. David Warner and Manish Pandey built a 73-run partnership. Though it wasn't very flashy with all 4s and 6s, it was mainly about running between the wicket and very, very good running between the wickets. You know, they were fast, they were putting a lot of pressure on the fielders, getting them to make mistakes and converting the 1s into 2s, which becomes very, very important. Well, Rajasthan Royal bowlers were immaculate today. They were bowling superb lines and lengths, and there were variations at the correct time. Their variations wasn't becoming very predictable. And Jaydev Unadkat, who if you remember wasn't there in their previous playing 11, returned today and bowled his cutters and slower balls and mixed it up really well. And Jofra Archer was used brilliantly by Steve Smith. Remember in the preview, I had mentioned that Warner versus Archer would be a very good battle. Well, it turned out eventually that Jofra Archer was the downfall of David Warner. Though not before he had scored 48 runs, but still in the 15th over, Steve Smith brought Archer back to break Manish Pandey and David Warner's partnership, and Archer took Warner's wicket. Once David Warner fell, Manish Pandey realized that because he was the set batsman, he had to change gears, and he started trying to hit big, and he did score a few boundaries before getting out on the 18th over, and it was just 122 runs on board. Today, both the sides' youngsters have done really well. Along with Kane Williamson, Priyam Garg scored 35 runs of the last 2 overs. At one point, it seemed like Hyderabad wouldn't even reach 150, but they ended up with 158, which wasn't that great a score. It probably was at least 10-15 runs short of what should be the score to apply pressure on a particular side. Well, those 35 runs gave Hyderabad the momentum they were looking for. They came out positive and in a attacking mode, and Warner started attacking from the word go because they knew they had a pretty okayish total to defend. But Rajasthan had surprises in their own bags. They sent Ben Stokes out to open the batting. That decision didn't work out, and it was never going to work out. First of all, Ben Stokes doesn't open the batting. When you have Uthappa in the team, who is an opener, and you have dropped another opener, Yashasvi Jaiswal, for Uthappa, then you had to bring Uthappa up. Ben Stokes should have been at the 4th or 5th doing what Kane Williamson did for Hyderabad, and that is where he is good. Once the bowlers are settled, he attacks them and derails the entire bowling unit. but obviously Ben Stokes looked rusty when he was brought up the order, and Rajasthan lost 3 wickets in no time. At one point they were 26 for 3 with all the 3 top foreigners gone to the pavilion. Ben Stokes, Joss Butler and Steve Smith to a horrible run out. You know, the intent matters, and Steve Smith looked completely out of shape running that. I mean, he could have said a no. It was baffling. Why did he answer to that call? He could have just said a no and saved his wicket. Robin Uthappa was much like Jaydev Unadkat. Robin Uthappa also made a comeback to the side, and both the comebacks were really good. We have spoken about Unadkat obviously. Even Uthappa seemed to be finding his feet in the partnership built with Sanju Samson, and thankfully Sanju Samson also seemed to be in good rhythm. Both of them added a crucial 37 runs, and it was actually a golden opportunity for both of them to prove their mettle and also to take Rajasthan to a famous win. I think David Warner's captaincy is best understood the way he uses Rashid Khan. Even today, he turned the match on its head. A budding partnership between Samson and Robin Uthappa were danger signs for Sunrisers Hyderabad. In came Rashid Khan, and Rashid did what he always does. He took out Robin Uthappa leg before wicket. And then he kept squeezing the runs, he kept posing questions with the ball, he kept disturbing Sanju Samson, and he was brought for a 3rd over by David Warner. He was rewarded. Rashid Khan, of course, Warner also for his superb captaincy. Sanju Samson was out. With half the side back in the hut, it was left to Parag and Tewatia. And then what we saw was nothing less than incredible. Well, Tewatia and Parag stitched a high 6th wicket partnership in IPL 2020. They took on the likes of Sandeep Sharma and, please hold on to your seats, Rashid Khan. Absolutely, Tewatia hit Rashid Khan for a hat-trick of boundaries. That guy has a lot of courage, and I think that is one of the reasons he plays such match-winning innings. Well, he was taking on the bowling at one end. On the other end, Parag showed complete calmness and maturity. Parag hit Sandeep Sharma for 2 boundaries in the 18th over, and he finished it off in Mahendra Singh Dhoni style by hitting a 6 of Khalil Ahmed. Tewatia finished on 45 of just 28 balls, and Parag finished on 42 of 26 balls. I think this innings also tells us that the importance of middle order and lower middle order in a team. Rajasthan will be carrying this winning momentum in the next match against Delhi Capitals on Wednesday, and will be a much needed momentum because Delhi Capitals are one of the top sides in this IPL. While Sunrisers Hyderabad will be playing against Chennai, which will be, again, Chennai will be hungry for a victory, and Sunrisers Hyderabad will have to bat really well because Chennai also chases well. Haven't done that well in this competition, but with Dhoni in there, you never know, they can make comebacks because there are some big names. And what do you guys need to do? Well, it's simple. Like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like and follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram. And keep joining us for the preview and review of every single match. Well, till then, bye-bye.